only Hiro Mashima could make last two chapters, or the last chapter anyway, be like just downright, oh my gosh, get it away from me, to this week making the last chapter, 436, I believe, absolute gold. Like, I don't know what the man's thinking, but fuck it, I'll take it this week, because that second chapter, the first chapter, let's start off with that. For the most part, one of the things that it helped to do is it helped to once again reunite one of the other Fairy Tail members all together. Well, a couple of the other Fairy Tail members. Now we got Levi and Gajeel. So a little bit of progression on the reunification, so to speak, of all the Fairy Tales. So good on that advancement. But aside from that, it was just a lot of victory things. And at the same time, it was just pushing forward. One of the big questions, okay, so how did Gray kill, Frost in this timeline if he's not evil? And apparently they seemingly changed the future, which at the end of the day, I'm still iffy if that actually did occur, if they really did change it, because there's still time left, and we know that Gray has this, vendetta against END, and if he finds out Natsu is END, he might go batshit crazy or whatever, so it might not be time yet. But then at the same time as well, I gotta make you wonder, okay, if let's just say they did change the future, and ultimately Gray didn't kill Frost, what the hell would have made Gray kill Frost in the other timeline? Like, okay, did he just go batshit crazy in that timeline? Was he truly an Avatar member in that timeline? What would have made Gray go crazy? So it got to make you think, did they truly change time? Which, at the end of the day, the way Hiro was doing it did feel very cheesy. Like, since when the fuck did Gray become a furry that he was just, like, rubbing up on Frost and shit like that? I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But, like, it was an extreme exaggeration, I think, to showcase, yeah, they did change the future, so maybe Frost won't die, seemingly, or whatever, but I still don't completely buy it. Again, like I said, it's waiting in the wings. Gray finds out he's END, he might go, insane, and maybe accidentally kill Frost, who knows, whatever, but as of right now, we just gotta wait and see, to be honest with you. I think the way Hiro was pushing it is more so towards the fact that, yeah, they did change the future and kind of campy shit like that, whatever, but I would like to believe there's a possibility that they didn't completely get the job done. So for the most part, that was a fine chapter, maybe 6.5 or whatever. It was like aftermath or whatever. Avatar sucks ass, move on, see another day. The next chapter, though, I'm glad we got these two chapters, because if it was just the first chapter, I would have just been like, whatever. Then they change future, blah blah blah. Okay, Gajeel's back, Gajeel's cool. Aside from that, whatever. Get that second chapter. I'm gonna tell you right now, 10 out of 10. That was absolutely amazing. We got so many bombshells, and it was just absolutely incredible. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like, as of right now, I don't really have too many favorite Fairy Tail characters lately, especially, but Zeref is easily up there. Like, finding out his backstory, how he's a part of team, I didn't do anything wrong. It's crazy. One of the things that he kind of reminded me of when we find out what he was basically trying to do, whatever, is he definitely reminded me of, like, Full Metal Alchemist in a way of, like, he was doing taboo things, trying to bring back the dead, and it cost him big time. He ended up getting cursed with, never aging, and at the same time that curse that kills people, whatever. So it reminded me in a way of Full Metal Alchemist. It was reminiscent of that, and it just honestly made me feel bad for the dude. At the end of the day, he was cursed of eternity of being lonely, and at the end of the day, never dying, because he wanted his little brother back. But the big bombshells, Zeref, Drag, Neil, the fact that Natsu is basically the body of his little brother that died, that he basically recreated. I mean, the mystery of Natsu's origin has been for a long time, like, wait, where did he come from? What's going on? The barriers all the way back in those old arcs, how he couldn't pass through because he was old as shit. And it's like Hero's still leaving a little bit like, oh, the story of how he went with, Igneal and my relationship with Mavis will be saved for another time, aka, oh, I got more story that I'll save for later or whatever. But at the end of the day, it was just like finding that out, huge bombshell, and just connect so many different dots, the foreshadowing or whatever, why Zeref was just so much like, oh my gosh, with Natsu or whatever, and he's not ready or whatever. It wasn't that necessarily he knew of the future what Natsu would become, it's more so he knew what he created and what his creation could ultimately be. And then it didn't even stop there. Like, that alone would have been already sufficient for a great chapter, just the backstory and the big revelations there. Great stuff right there. Then him meeting up with Acnologia, the bombshell that Acnologia could go between two forms. So I gotta make you wonder, if he can still go back into a human form, why does he hate humanity so much if he still technically has it intact? And that means that also some of the other Dragon Slayers could eventually turn into dragons and then can revert back, seemingly. In fact, Acnologia could do it, and that also makes me wonder, because they say, he bathed in so much dragon blood that he turned into a dragon. It's like, does he hate humanity for a particular reason, and that's why he's doing all these things? And Zeref's questions gotta make you wonder as well, why wouldn't he conquer humanity if he's had the power up until now? There's definitely some hidden reason of Acnologia why he does the things he does. Just an all-out brawl is approaching. Huge, amazing setup for a three-way with Natsu, Zeref, and Acnologia. Honestly, that chapter, 10 out of 10. Amazing. Just brilliant. Honestly, the foreshadowings of everything that led up until this particular point. Hero connecting the dots of Zeref, why he did this, why he felt like that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have liked to find out a little bit more about Acnologia and Natsu's relationship, how that began, but you can only imagine. Maybe, you know, he couldn't take care of his brother, maybe he went into solitude or something, and eventually he ran into Acnologia. Something simple like that, it, you know, could easily be explained. But yeah, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Amazing stuff. 10 out of 10 for that last chapter. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about finding out Zeref dragged Acnologia? What do you think about finding out that Natsu is technically a creation of Zeref to a certain extent, using his dead brother's little body or whatever? And what do you think about Acnologia? And do you think that he has some hidden motives? Maybe he isn't completely evil. Just your overall thoughts. I mean, again, Hero hit us with a wham bam last week that was like, ugh, and then he hits us with gold this week. Crazy. But that's all I have for this review / reaction. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.